Assalamualaikum everyone. We are students of Diploma in Science AS120. We will be making a video presentation for our course BIO270, which is Animals and Plants Physiology. And our group will be making a presentation about heart structure of amphibians, reptiles and birds. Our group consists of 6 members, starting off with Abdul Alif bin Ahmad Subri with the student ID 2024-268312. And secondly, Ahmad Akil Haikal bin Ahmad Azrai with student ID 2024-804312. Thirdly, Amirul Daniel bin Muhammad Rizwan with the student ID 2024-282082. And fourthly, which is me, Irfan bin Muhammad Uzaimi with the student ID 2024-662834. The fifth one is Muhammad Daniel Mukhriz bin Azman with student ID 2024-270424. And last but not least, Muhammad Zahir bin Kamil with the student ID 2024-282342. And the case study that we as a group will be focusing on is about a veterinary student that examines the differences in heart structure between a frog, which is an amphibian, a crocodile, a reptile, and a bird, which is an avian species. He or she notices that the frogs have a 3-chamber heart. Secondly, the crocodiles have an incomplete 4-chamber heart, and the birds have a fully divided 4-chamber heart. Thus, the student investigates how heart structures relates to metabolic needs and activity levels. So there were 3 questions that popped up in that student's mind. Firstly, how does heart structure differ among amphibians, reptiles and birds? Secondly, why do birds and mammals require a 4-chambered heart? And thirdly, how does the circulatory system support high energy demands in warm-blooded, also endothermic animals? Fourthly, how does the incomplete separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood affect reptiles? And last, what evolutionary advantages do animals with a 4-chambered heart have over those with fewer chambers? These questions will be answered by my fellow group members.
Okay, first question is, how does heart structure differ among amphibians, reptiles and birds? Firstly, amphibians have a 3-chamber heart, 2 atria and 1 ventricle. For blood mix, oxygenate and deoxygenate blood mix in the ventricle. For metabolic support, low metabolic rate, ectothermic, generally low activity level. An example for amphibian is frog. Secondly, reptiles. Most reptiles have a 3-chambered heart with a partially divided ventricle, but crocodile have 4 chamber. For blood mix, reduced mixing blood for crocodile and partial mixing for most reptiles. For metabolic support, moderate metabolic rate, ectothermic, moderate activity level. An example for reptiles is crocodile. Lastly is bird. Bird have 4-chambered heart, 2 atria and 2 ventricles. For blood mixing, there is no mixing and complete separation of blood. For metabolic support, very high metabolic rate, endothermic and highly active. An example for bird is pigeon.
Okay, next, I'm going to explain why bird and mammal require a 4-chamber heart. Bird and mammal are warm blood animals, which means they are able to maintain a constant temperature. To do this, they are require a large amount of energy. A 4-chamber heart consists of a 2 atria and 2 ventricles. This structure allows complete separation of the oxygenate and deoxygenate blood. As a result, oxygen-rich blood and be pumped efficiently to the all part of the body. The efficient delivery of oxygen support a high metabolic rate. It helps bird and mammal maintain their body temperature and provide enough energy for active movement, such as flight in bird, and continuous activity in mammals. Next, I will explain about how does the circulatory system support high energy demands in warm-blooded animals. The circulatory system ensures a continuous and efficient supply of oxygen from the lungs to all body tissues, allowing cells to carry out cellular respiration effectively. Blood is circulated at high pressure, enabling oxygen and nutrients to be delivered quickly to tissues, which supports a high metabolic rate and continuous energy production. The energy produced through efficient circulation is essential for maintaining a constant body temperature and support active movement in warm-blooded animals.
Next question is, how does incomplete separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood affect reptiles? First answer is less efficient and oxygen delivery. Mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood lowers oxygen levels in tissues, limiting energy production. Next is reduced sustained activity. By that, it means that reptiles rely on short bursts of movement because their tissues get less oxygen, preventing long-term high activity. And last but not least is energy conservation and flexibility. Blood shunting allows reptiles to reduce blood flow to lungs when oxygen demand is low, conserving energy and feeding their ectothermic lifestyle.
Next, I will be answering the question about what evolutionary advantage do animals with a 4-chambered heart have over those with fewer chambers. First, complete separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. The 4 chambers, 2 atrial and 2 ventricle, prevent mixing of blood. These allow fully oxygen-rich blood to be delivered to the body. Second, enhanced survival and ecological success allows animals to be active for longer periods, occupy diverse habitat, compete more effectively for food and mates. And lastly, greater energy for sustained activity. Muscles receive more oxygen and nutrient, support activities like long-distance running, flying, and hunting.
To sum it all up, the differences in heart structure are usually based on the animal's metabolic needs and activity needs. So for example, amphibians and most reptiles have hearts that allow some mixing of blood, which is sufficient for their low energy needs or demands, while the birds and mammals, they have a fully divided 4-chamber heart that enables efficient circulation, high oxygen delivery, and the maintenance of a high metabolic rate required for sustained activity and endothermy. And that is all from us. Thank you very much.